Ever feel like you're not enough unless you're constantly achieving? Meet Elara, a talented potter who tied her worth to her work. When a mishap stops her productivity, she spirals, but in a neglected garden, she discovers a powerful truth. Watch to learn how Elara found her value wasn't in what she did, but simply in who she was. In a quaint village, nestled among rolling hills, lived Elara, a celebrated potter. Known for her prolific creations, her days were filled with the rhythmic spin of the wheel and the fiery embrace of the kiln. She reveled in the tangible beauty of her craft. Her studio was a symphony of industry, but when the shelves were bare, so too was her soul. One fateful morning, a mishap struck as Elara unloaded a kiln of pottery. Her hand slipped, searing her fingers with a fierce burn and halting her work abruptly. Her once bustling studio fell silent, the wheel still and the kiln cold. Elara's world had been reduced to the throbbing pain in her hand and the torment in her mind. Immobilized and idle, Elara spiraled into despair. Her sense of worth plummeted, her studio standing as a daily reminder of her perceived failure. Restless, she wandered into her neglected garden, a space she'd long ignored in favor of her art. Weeds ran rampant and plants struggled for sunlight. First she was frustrated, wishing the garden would thrive immediately, just as she longed for her hand to heal. Impatient, she missed the lessons it offered. But slowly, as the days passed, she began to observe the quiet miracle of growth. Tiny sprouts emerged, leaves unfurled, and a ladybug explored a stem with slow determination. She realized that these small wonders were valuable not for what they would become, but for what they were in that moment, alive and growing. This realization shifted Elara's perspective. She didn't need to prove her worth through constant action. Her value existed simply in her being. She could be worthy in stillness, in her strength to heal, and her patience with the work of growth, just as a seed is perfect before it sprouts. When her hand finally healed, Elara returned to her studio, but something had changed within her. Her craft was no longer driven by desperation. She worked with a calm joy, crafting each piece with intention and care, not to validate her existence, but to express her heart. Productivity was merely one aspect of her, never her sole purpose. Her true worth remained independent of the spinning wheel and full shelves.
Elara understood that growth often occurs in silence, unseen by the world. The most profound progress emerges when we pause and nurture ourselves. Choosing patience and self-compassion, Elara found peace and a deeper love for her craft and herself. In that peace, she flourished, mirroring the revitalized garden that had guided her toward self-discovery. Elara's pots now held a deeper meaning, each curve and glaze a testament to her journey of healing and acceptance. She taught others in the village the lesson she had learned, that rest is as vital as labor, and that one's worth is inherent, not earned. As the seasons changed, so did the village, embracing a slower pace, a greater appreciation for the simple joys of life. Elara continued to tend her garden, finding solace in the rustling leaves and the buzzing of bees, a constant reminder of nature's rhythm. Her studio, once a place of frantic activity, now resonated with a quiet creativity. each piece born from a place of peace and intention. The people of the village often came to Elara's studio, not just to buy pottery, but to seek her wisdom and find a moment of tranquility. They learned that true beauty lies not in relentless productivity, but in the quiet unfolding of one's own unique potential. Elara's story became a timeless tale, whispered from generation to generation, a reminder that self-worth cannot be measured. It lived instead in the quiet courage to embrace one's imperfections and the unwavering faith in one's own inherent value. The village thrived, not because of tireless production, but because of the collective embrace of self-compassion and mindful living. And so, the tale of Elara the Potter became a gentle reminder that we are all worthy, not for what we do, but simply for who we are. For like the potter's clay and the seeds in the garden, we hold within us the potential for boundless beauty, waiting to be nurtured. Let us embrace the wisdom of the potter's garden and find our worth not in the doing, but in the being.